Hey there, Game of Thrones fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Funko Legacy Collection Game of Thrones Tyrion Lannister action figure. These just started dropping at Barnes & Nobles only. They'll only be there for the first month, and then they'll start kind of making larger rounds, I think in April maybe. But yeah, this is pretty similar to the Star Wars Black Series. Funko has been claiming that it was going to be very similar from the start, so box-wise, almost identical. The only real difference is instead of like stamped pictures, you've got the house symbols down here, and on the back you've got a list of the other figures and a shot of the actor in the show. So this is Peter Dinklage in his armor at King's Landing. So I don't believe I'm going to end up giving any spoilers away, but you know, just in case. I have seen the show, so if I mention anything, sorry. So yeah, let's get this guy out of package and see what he's like. Here's Tyrion out of packaging, and I gotta say, he looks very, very nice. Funko's done a really great job with the sculpt, specifically on this figure. I've seen some of the other ones aren't perfect, but this guy I think looks really, really good. Unfortunately for me, I do have a paint blemish right on the tip of the nose. I didn't know that before I opened it, so I mean, I obviously am okay enough to keep going with it, but yeah, this figure is really, really nice. I tested, a lot of people are having problems with the breakage of joints. I gotta say the joints do feel very frail in spots, but I did not personally have any breakage issues with this figure, so that is a good thing. We got his axe here, very nice. Nothing like super detailed about it. We've got little studs down here and a couple more up here, but for the most part it's very, very simple. There's a cross, like a plus, here and here. I wonder if that has something to do with his house or something, I'm not sure. The figure himself, very nice. I'll go ahead and show you his articulation and then we'll look a little bit closer, but articulation is as such. We've got a ball jointed head. Pretty nice range of motion there. Not a great down or up because of the hair and armor sculpt and everything, but still pretty good. We've got swivel hinge shoulders. The armor here on the pauldrons is actually soft and does pull away from the figure, so you can kind of move that up a little bit and then move the shoulder a little higher up, but in general it moves out about that far. Very nice, and of course all the way around. His left arm seems to be a little wobbly inside the joint, but it doesn't feel like it's going to pull out or anything. Got swivel hinges in the elbows. Because of the size of the figure, it doesn't get a perfect 90 degrees, but it's still very good. Swivel hinges in the wrists, all the way around, and then in and out this way, as opposed to up and down like Luke Skywalker. I don't think that there's any kind of waist joint. I tried twisting a little bit, but nothing's really moving, and it doesn't feel like it's going to move. Like, I just feel like I'm going to end up breaking the figure. I'm putting a lot of force into that, so enough to where it could break, but it doesn't seem to be moving. But the breastplate and the crotch don't line up perfectly, so it makes me wonder if there is a joint under there and I'm just stuck on it. But at least on mine, it's not moving right now. Ball jointed hips go out pretty far to the side, very nice. Forward and back. Back is blocked by the butt pack, so not a ton of range of motion there. The skirt here is a very, very, very soft plastic or rubber, so it does not hinder your articulation at all. I mean, this is super, super soft stuff. Some of the thinnest I've seen in the game. I mean, like, they did a really, really good job selecting that material. Swivel hinges in the knees do not, again, because of the size, do not get a full 90 degrees, but not bad. I mean, he's not going to be like crouching or anything anyway. And then the swivel there. We've got a swivel at the top of the boot, so that goes all the way around, which is good because it'll help you get slightly wider stances and keep that foot flat. We've got hinge back and forth in the ankle, very nice. And then a swivel in the ankle, just like the Black Series or like they're doing with the Marvel Legends, stuff like that. So, but since you can turn it there and you've got the rotation here, that means you can turn it and then turn this whole boot piece and still keep that foot flat, which is very cool. I always appreciate when they add a calf swivel. That's very, very cool. So let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit and we'll get a better look at this guy's likeness and everything. And here's a close-up of the figure. You can see the big brown splotch on mine, which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. They did a pretty good job with the stubble, I think. I didn't really need stubble on this figure in particular. He doesn't usually have a whole lot going on there. But it seems like something they're going to be wanting to do across most of the figures, so I guess I just better get used to it. The hair is very, very well sculpted. It looks fantastic. They did just an amazing job with all the little details in it. Just looks fantastic. I think Gentle Giant, I heard, is the one who's doing the hair, or doing the sculpting on these figures. So it's funny, they list the necklace as an accessory, but it looks like it is attached. Oh, it's not attached, it's just not glued. They put it on with wet paint. I'm not going to pull it anymore. Anyway, you see the little brown spot there. It sucks. But as far as the likeness, I mean, it's outstanding. It looks exactly like Dinklage, in my opinion. This is one of the better likenesses I've seen in 6-inch scale. It's just fantastic. I really, really like it. We've got a little bit of a... Is it supposed to be a lion? It would make sense if it was. But the armor has this very nice kind of burnished bronze look to it, almost coppery. It looks really, really good, like it's beat up armor, or at least a medieval type of armor. We've got, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a lion. Yeah, so lions on the pauldrons, that nice crimson for Targaryen, for Lannister. So very, very, very cool. We've got straps, laces inside here, armor on the outside. Just really, really, really nice sculpt work, top to bottom. This figure looks really good. Unfortunately, no peg holes. But at least the leather looks like leather. The straps look like straps. They did a great job with both paint and sculpt in this arena, so I am very happy with this figure. They did a great job. So basically, all that's left at this point is talking about the elephant in the room, which is the $20 price tag. I hate to say it, but this guy is officially the R2 of the wave, where you're feeling like, this is a really cool figure, but is it worth 20 bucks? I really can't say that it is. It's just too small. I mean, I appreciate the engineering that goes into each figure. I appreciate cost structure and how they have to keep all the figures the same cost. However, it's just not enough. I mean, this is a, what, 3-inch, 3.75 maybe inch figure. It just does not justify a $20 price tag. It can't. At this size, I mean, the problem is that we just have an axe. If he had come with like a table that had all kinds of sculpted fruits and wines, or just if he came with some goblets or some treasure or anything at all, so he needs more accessories to make him feel like he's worth that $20 price point, because without it, it's just a tiny little figure. It's a 375 figure that's got one accessory. So it's just, I mean, in the current market, that would go for at most 10 bucks. So 20 is feeling like it's just a little too much. They might have been able to squeeze 15, but even that seems a stretch. You just got to have some accessories with this guy. And there's so many you could do. Even a stack of books, some scrolls, something to show off his intelligence. Anything at all would have been really, really, really helpful. It's just they didn't think to include anything else with him, which is unfortunate. He really, really deserves more for the price tag. So most people who watch Game of Thrones really like Tyrion anyway. You're going to buy the figure, so I would say it's still a great figure to buy. You may want to wait until April, till the second series comes out. I believe April is the second series, which may have better construction, and then you might have less chance of breakage. But in my case, there were some joints that definitely felt a little soft, like something was going to break. I guess I should say rigid, but nothing actually did break. So it's up to you. I would say he's still a great figure, but you may want to hold off a little bit. So that's it for this review. If you have any questions or comments about this action figure, I'll be glad to answer them for you. Just throw them down in the box below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I love to have a dialogue about this, so let me guys know. Are you interested in the Game of Thrones series? Are you interested in the Legacy line? Have you been turned off by the reports of breakage and things like that? I would love to know. So just hit me up down below, and if you want to see more Game of Thrones reviews, just click the subscribe button, and I'll get them up as soon as possible. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.